My name is Denise Rosman, and Dave and I have been attending Foothills ever since we were in the high school. About 15 years ago or so, I was the person who, if a woman had written on their comment card that they wanted more information about the church or having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, I called them. So went up to the church that afternoon. Amy Sheff was one of the girls who had signed that she wanted more information, so I gave her a call.
My name is Amy Sheff. I'm actually from Michigan. We moved here in 2006. The way I came to Foothills is I had a friend in the neighborhood, a new friend, because we had just moved in. She said, come to Foothills. They accept everybody and they teach you things and everything. So I did. I went to church. And it was after a couple times that I marked on the card, the information card, that I wanted to know more about Jesus.
She was very uncertain as to if she were to die today that she would go to heaven. I asked her that question, and so I just felt like I needed to meet this girl in person because we connected on a really interesting level. So the next day I met with her at Chick-fil-A. I shared the gospel with her, and she prayed to receive Christ. And it was a very exciting time for me and for her. So for the next 8 weeks, Amy and I sat down at Chick-fil-A and we went through a discipleship program. I just basically explained to her what it means to walk with God, to read our Bible and to pray and to share our faith. So our relationship began to develop pretty quickly and deeply. I learned that Amy had type 1 diabetes, and she shared with me that her greatest fear was that she'd have renal failure and need a kidney. So I said, well, Amy, if it ever comes to it, I'll give you a kidney. And we both kind of chuckled, but I was serious and she couldn't believe that I would, but neither one of us ever really thought it would come to that.
She always would say that. Then all of a sudden in 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the reason I bring that up, that's what destroyed my kidneys. They were already a little bit not right, but that destroyed them. Denise still said, I'm going to give you a kidney.
So, like I said, I put my name into the hat as well as a few other people. Her sister had wanted so desperately to be a match, but she was not. And another person didn't really qualify, so it was really up to me. And not only did I qualify, I was a perfect match for Amy. So it was very exciting, and we thought it would happen instantly, that the hospital that Amy was going through would take her and it would be a happily ever after, but it took a while because after looking at Amy's history with her type 1 diabetes and the cancer that she had, the cancer is what threw her kidneys into renal failure, they said she was too high of a risk.
And it took a long time. It's not an easy process. You see these TV shows and they get a kidney in a day. Well, that never happens. But once we found out that I got approved, Denise went through the whole process, and she was tested and put through the whole realm of testing that they do, and there's a lot. And then we got accepted, which was like a miracle for me. That was God. It was God orchestrated this whole thing from the time we moved from Michigan to South Carolina. He had his hand on this whole process.
So we were just waiting for the big day, and it was interesting because we were supposed to have done it in January, and when I went in for my testing, my hemoglobin was low. And it was so weird. We're like, we have come this far. What in the world I've never had a problem with my hemoglobin before. So, but God just worked through it all, and we were able, they gave me some iron to help get my hemoglobin up, and everything was back on schedule. So March the 16th, Amy and I were able to be side by side. We got a picture and they put it in the newspaper, and they wheeled us in, and I was able to donate my kidney to Amy.
I was just so elated, and I don't think I was even scared. But when we were at the hospital I was so nervous and so hoping that it would work, because I knew I didn't have much time left. And Denise wasn't scared at all. But I wanted a chance to be a real person again and not have to go through dialysis anymore. And I just knew that God was with me, and I knew that He'd make it happen. I just knew it was going to work out. And I could never be more thankful to her or to God, because He made it happen, and I know that.
We don't really know why sometimes, what our purpose is, and I am confident that part of my story was meant to connect with Amy's, that me giving her a kidney and helping her come to know the Lord was just I'm so blown away at how God is at work. And the fact that not only did I help Amy find eternal life, I was able to help her have physical life on this earth, because without a kidney, she was not gonna be able to survive a whole lot longer. So I am just so excited to see God's plan and how He can bring two people together in such a sweet way.